Success shouldn't feel this exhausting. If you're winning on paper, but burning out behind the scenes, you aren't failing. You're stuck in a psychological bottleneck called a hurdle of stop. I've been there. On the outside, things look great, but I was secretly burning out, convinced I was just lucky, and waiting to be exposed as a fraud. I realized I didn't have a business problem. I had a mindset block. Whether it's imposter syndrome, perfectionism, or fear or failure, these aren't just feelings. They are growth bottlenecks. Identify your specific hurdle and get one immediate action step to regain your momentum today. Go to tuepodcast.net/quiz. That's tuepodcast.net/quiz to take the 3-minute assessment and get your report now.
Hey there, entrepreneurs and business builders. This is Scoob from Business Conversations with Pi, where the questions are real, but the voices are AI. Even mine. Welcome to another insightful episode. On today's show, we're diving into the burning questions that new entrepreneurs often ask as they embark on their exciting journeys. Whether you're just sketching out that brilliant business idea or have already taken the first steps, this is the place to get your top queries answered. I'll be your host, along with my virtual co-host Pi, an AI assistant created by the brilliant minds at Anthropic. Pi's neural networks have been trained on a vast trove of business knowledge, so you can count on us to provide thorough and actionable advice. From crafting a solid business plan to nailing your marketing strategy and everything in between, we've got you covered. So get ready to soak up some entrepreneurial wisdom as Pi and I tackle those make or break questions that all first-time founders face. With our combined human experiences and artificial smarts, we'll give you the insights to turn your startup dreams into thriving reality. Grab a notepad, put on those entrepreneurial thinking caps, and let's dive in. This is Business Conversations with Pi. Hi, Pi. It's time for another recording. Say hi to the Scooby Leavers out there.
Woof, woof, Scooby Leavers. Your AI sidekick Pi is here to help you sniff out the latest entrepreneurial insights. Let's get started.
So today, I'd like to talk about the misconception of pricing and how a lot of people tend to race to the bottom when it comes to pricing their products.
That's a great topic, Jesse. You're right. Many entrepreneurs and businesses fall into the trap of competing solely on price, which often leads to a race to the bottom that can harm profitability and perceived value. It's important to remember that pricing is a strategic decision that should be based on factors like value proposition, target audience, and market positioning.
So if we were to talk about pricing to a new entrepreneur and get them ready to price their product, can we give them a couple pointers?
Absolutely, Jesse. Here are some key pointers to keep in mind when pricing your product. 1. Know your value proposition. Understand what sets your product apart from the competition and price accordingly. 2. Target audience. Consider your target audience's willingness and ability to pay and set a price that aligns with their expectations. 3. Market positioning. Decide if you want to position your product as a premium offering or a more affordable alternative and price accordingly. 4. Competition. Research your competitors' pricing strategies and use that information to inform your own pricing decisions. 5. Test and iterate. Don't be afraid to experiment with different pricing strategies, monitor the results, and adjust as needed.
So one thing that always intrigues me is how the perception of value goes with the price.
You're absolutely right, Jesse. Perceived value is a critical aspect of pricing. Consumers often use price as a proxy for quality and value. A higher price can signal that a product is of higher quality, more exclusive, or offers better features than a lower-priced alternative. In many cases, consumers are willing to pay more for a product if they believe it offers greater value. It's important to communicate the value proposition of your product effectively, to ensure that customers perceive it as worth the price you're charging.
So if I were to price a new product that I created, what kind of research can I do to make sure that's going to be profitable as well as valuable to my customers?
There are several types of research you can conduct to ensure your pricing strategy is both profitable and valuable to your customers. 1. Competitive analysis. Research your competitors' pricing strategies, including their pricing tiers, discounts, and promotions. 2. Customer surveys. Conduct surveys to understand your target audience's willingness to pay for your product and what features they value most. 3. Price sensitivity testing. Use techniques like conjoint analysis or Van Westendorp's price sensitivity meter to determine the optimal price range for your product. 4. Cost analysis. Calculate your production and operational costs to ensure that your pricing strategy is profitable. 5. A/B testing. Experiment with different pricing strategies and monitor the results to determine the most effective approach.
Is there any books that we can read to help us price our new products?
Yes, there are several books that can provide valuable insights into pricing strategies. 1. The Strategy and Tactics of Pricing by Thomas Nagel, John Hogan, and Joseph Zale. This book covers a wide range of pricing strategies and tactics, including value-based pricing and price segmentation. 2. Priceless by William Poundstone. This book explores the psychology of pricing and how consumers make purchasing decisions. 3. The Psychology of Price by Lee Caldwell. This book offers practical advice on how to price products based on consumer psychology and behavior. 4. Smart Pricing by Jagmohan Raju and Zijan Zhang. This book provides a comprehensive guide to pricing strategies and tactics for businesses of all sizes.
Thank you very much for the great information, Pi. Do you have any last words for our Scooby Leavers?
You're welcome, Jesse. As a final word to all the Scooby Leavers out there, remember that pricing is not just about numbers. It's about understanding your customers, your market, and your value proposition. Don't be afraid to experiment and iterate on your pricing strategy, and always keep in mind that the ultimate goal is to create value for your customers and your business. Happy pricing!
What an insightful discussion we've had today on Business Conversations with Pi. A huge thanks to my knowledgeable AI co-host, who was developed by the brilliant team at Anthropic. Pi's neural networks, trained on a vast corpus of business data, provided us with invaluable guidance on those pressing entrepreneurial topics. I hope all you aspiring entrepreneurs and business owners out there found Pi's artificially intelligent, yet refreshingly human-like advice to be immensely helpful. Whether you're still mapping out that big idea or are already deep in the startup trenches, having an AI assistant like Pi on your team can give you the edge to turn your venture into a success story. And don't forget, if you have a burning business question that didn't get covered today, I want to hear from you. Feel free to send me your query, and I'll tap into Pi's capabilities to get you the answers you need on an upcoming episode. Go to tuepodcast.net/askpi. So stay hungry, keep hustling, and tune in next time as we continue decoding the entrepreneurial journey one conversation at a time. This has been Business Conversations with Pi. I'm Scoob from Undiscovered Entrepreneur, and we'll chat again soon.
Hello, Scoob Believers. Let me ask you a real quick question. How many cups of coffee have you had today? 3, 5, 7? And let me guess, you've got a Red Bull in the other hand just in case, right? Yeah, I see you. Now, here's the truth bomb nobody wants to hear. You're not building a business. You're building a caffeine dependency. Listen, I get it. When you're grinding 12, 14, 16-hour days, you're building something from nothing. When you've got payroll to meet, investors to impress, and visions that won't wait. You need fuel. But what if I told you that the fuel that you're using is actually slowing you down? What if the very thing that you think is keeping you sharp is actually making you dull? Enter Rise Coffee. This isn't your grandma's mushroom tea. This isn't some hippie wellness trend. This is science meets performance. And here's what makes Rise different. Less than half the caffeine of a regular cup of coffee. But here's the kicker. You won't miss it. 6 organic powerhouse mushrooms, including cordyceps, what Olympic athletes use, and lion's mane, what Silicon Valley biohackers swear by. Sustained energy that doesn't spike and crash. We're talking smooth, clean power from morning to moonlight. Crystal clear focus without the jitters. Imagine closing the deal with calm, confident mind instead of the caffeine chaos. Gut health and immune support, because what's the point of building an empire if you're too sick to enjoy it? So here's the challenge to you. Stop borrowing energy from tomorrow. Stop running on fumes and call it a hustle. Stop wearing your caffeine addiction like a badge of honor. Real entrepreneurs optimize, real entrepreneurs adapt, real entrepreneurs win. You can't win if you're crashing at 2 p.m. while your competition is just getting started. Break the cycle. Head to risesuperfoods.com right now and use code PODNA15 for 50% off your first order. That's PODNA15 for 15% off. Try it for 30 days. If you don't feel the difference, if you don't feel sharper, calmer, more focused, more alive, then go back to your 6-a-day cup habit. But I'm telling you, we won't, because once you feel what real energy feels like, you'll never go back. Ditch the addiction. Fuel your empire and rise up. Rise Coffee, energy that builds, not burns.